dude, oh my god, dude.
Oh my... This can't be real.
I need to sit down.
This can't... We can never tell
I might
anyone.
actually puke. Get back a little. I might puke. Stay back.
Alan, we are so fucked.
So as everyone, and by looking at Avatar 3's box office numbers, their mom and next of kin know that Avengers Doomsday is coming out this year, unless it's delayed, which would actually be kind of funny. Imagine having the release date and live countdown just to be like...
Damn. Fuck it.
Reminds me of other yet to be released movies.
Made a mistake.
The movie and Marvel are taking the internet by storm. I mean, these teasers alone just hit 1 billion views. It even got people watching chair reveals for 5 hours, dude. That's literally a work shift. And not only that, but Marvel is bringing back beloved characters who seemingly had their stories end. Not only is the Doctor Doom casting pretty split, I'd say almost everything about Doomsday has gained a vast majority of differing opinions. And, oh boy.
You nervous?
Are you kidding? I'm absolutely terrified.
I'm not only terrified if this movie is going to be bad or not, but how its projection and reception is going to affect us both on a quantity level, quality level, and of course, societal level. Because I really do believe that if Avengers Doomsday actually isn't at least good,
We're doomed.
as much as I want to believe in this movie and in Marvel, the sins and clusterfucks of Marvel's past are hitting them, and have been affecting them for a long while now. Problems that are inescapable to ignore. So, I'm going to talk about the problem of Marvel and its cinematic universe before Doomsday is upon us. Now, some of these topics have been discussed and talked about before, but I'm going to go more in depth in my take on this side of things. This video is probably going to be long, so, make sure to sit down, relax, enjoy, eat a Kit Kat or a good old Toffeeettes from C's Candies.
Oh, yeah.
So, here we go. Number 1. The actors. Now look, when it comes to the casting, Marvel really cooked and conceived. For the most part. Now, admittedly, I'm going to talk about 2 topics as they both correlate to the Homo sapiens that portray these drawings. What I'm referring to is the simple fact that the actors are bigger than the characters, which, in my opinion, should be the other way around. I mean, have you guys seen how much money these guys are getting paid? Let alone RDJ. $100 million. My guy. That's literally a third of the movie's budget. That's not even mentioning the other cast members' pay for this movie. And the cast for this movie is fucking insane. It's like a whole classroom, and that's only the main cast, bro. It doesn't even include side characters or extras, and that's not even counting Secret Wars, which would be more people because it's the grand culmination and finale of the MCU and Marvel Legacy films, and the main plot of that movie is multiverse paradoxes of different Earths clashing and fighting to become the dominant Earth for survival.
Okay.
Dude, the budget for Doomsday isn't even out yet, which, to my guess, is probably going to be over $700 million. Heck, dude, I wouldn't even be surprised if the budget is $1 billion. And you might be thinking, well, it's Disney and they have the money.
Do you realize something?
That for the movie to be considered successful, it needs to make at least, $2.8 billion. Guys, that's more than Endgame's total earnings. And This isn't really taboo because it's low-key becoming a problem in Hollywood as of recently. Look at all these movies that flopped. Even though we have A-list actors starring in them, it's mainly to do with either marketing or budgeting. And in most cases, it's pay the actors a third or half of the movie's budget, which it's crazy, bro. And don't get me wrong, I love Robert Downey Jr. and the Avengers cast. But I'm a firm believer that good stories should have the majority of money and attention put into it, production and post-production wise. Another thing is the obsession of the actors playing these characters, because when an actor has played the role for so long, of course you're going to be attached to them. I get it. But to say that no one else could play Iron Man, Wolverine, Blade, or Black Panther, we have only seen a version of that character. These characters have been around for decades. They can be portrayed in many different ways, and have them work. Heck, to be honest, my favorite versions of Iron Man and Wolverine aren't even from the movies. They're from this.
This is not what I wanted. I was trying to explain to him. I bought Simon's company to save it. It wasn't going to survive. I knew Simon had brilliant tech and development. I wanted to work with him, to save what he built. All I wanted to do was help him. A very smart man told me once that those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. Your tech is incredibly advanced, gang, but some of its physical systems are based on very, very old technology. Stark Industries technology. Activate time circuits, now!
You did great. How do you feel?
Great, now make me stop vibrating!
My name is Wolverine. I'm the best there is at what I do. But what I do isn't very nice.
Sir, I know I'm not supposed to ask questions, but who are you?
Know what you want to know, kid. Okay, bub. Let's try that again. Oh no! Who is this? We switched bodies? We switched entire bodies? What did you do? What freaky thing did you do to me that I'm in your hairy beast body?
Switched bodies? Switched bodies with who?
You're in my body. I'm Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man. You're Spider-Man. Room service. One moment, please. This is somebody Wolverine probably knows.
Come to think of it, the Christopher Yost era of Marvel animation really was the best version of Marvel and its characters. I'm not saying that I dislike Downey Jr. and Hugh Jackman as his characters. I'm just saying, be open-minded. A prime example was Black Panther. I think almost everyone, including myself, loved and adored Chadwick Boseman as our Wakandan king. I even loved and respected him as an actor before he became Black Panther, and he truly killed it every time he's on screen. And as much as I really appreciate and respect Wakanda Forever as a tribute film for Chadwick, I still would have preferred if they recasted him. No disrespect to Letitia Wright, but again, the character is bigger than the actor. That's why after Secret Wars, which I'm going to call it the re-MCU, I really hope that the vast majority of characters like the base Avengers, X-Men, Nick Fury, and maybe even Spider-Man are recast, to make way for new character interpretations and visions that have yet to be explored and shown. But also, fully utilize the characters you have now, bruh. Like, I feel so bad for Mahershala Ali. Homie G has been waiting 8 years to be Blade, bro.
Damn.
And Disney kind of screwed over Oscar Isaac with Marvel and with Star Wars.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
What the hell? The biggest one, in my opinion, is James Spader as Ultron. Now this one annoys me because Ultron is my personal favorite Avengers villain. And James Spader's voice is perfect. But the way they portrayed Ultron...
You've got to be fucking kidding me! What the fuck?
I understand in a narrative sense that Ultron is based after Tony, but bro, they made this clinker so weak, bro. If anything, the movie should have been titled Day of Ultron. Heck, even in the What If show, Ultron is insanely OP, as he should be. It's crazy to me how growing up, I see this pile of cables kill off the Avengers, go after their kids, mind control and violate them, kill Thor, and even take over the Earth and universe. But in the movie, he loses to Iron Man. His design is really good though. Aesthetically and vocally, he's great. Narratively, I'm surprised he hasn't come back yet. And I know he's coming back in Vision Quest and whatever, man, I guess. Ultron deserves better. However, I will say that if Marvel doesn't do this, then it generally might be one of the biggest missed opportunities. And that is to have Miles Teller as the Maker. I may not give a flying rat's ass about Fan Stick, but this would be so sick. And it would narratively work. His Reed Richards is a tragic fuck-up who failed his best friend and has gone through trauma and has a team that, based on their energy they radiate and their dynamic, would ultimately disband early or tragically die, just like 1610 Reed Richards. It would be perfect, my guy. And for the Secret Wars multiverse movie or MCU reboot afterwards, it would make sense. It's also the fact that I love the Maker as a character. This character is so wicked and cruel. Having him show him up as an antagonist on the big screen would be so cool, bro. Okay. Number 2. The jokes and quips. Oi. Okay. Look, I like jokes and quips, but when they're actually good. Now let's be honest for a second, okay? Most of the Marvel jokes straight up don't land. Character replies and reactions land, but when the characters are trying to be funny, it just doesn't work, bro. Now I'm gonna get some flack for this, and I don't care. But is it me, or did I not give a shit about the airport fight in Civil War? I mean, look, it's really fun, but there was no tension. I felt no tension.
We're still friends, right?
Depends on how hard you hit me.
The thought of, oh shit, these characters are actually screwed. How are they gonna fight each other and make it out? Oh no, they'll just be okay, I guess. And it's because of the constant quipping. The only time where you do actually care about tension is when Vision shoots Rhodey down and he ends up paralyzed. And great scene, by the way, but it happens after the fight. Why do you think Iron Man and Cap's fight is so good? Not only because of the reveal of what happened to his parents, but because it was all tension, action, with no jokes or quips.
He's my friend. So was I.
That shield doesn't belong to you. You don't deserve it. My father made that shield.
And Infinity War and Endgame perfectly balanced it for me, in my opinion, because the premise of those movies are so ridiculous, but we don't care because it's fun. I mean, guys, it's a purple alien with a ballsack chin trying to steal magical amethysts across the galaxy. But in other Marvel movies, they're just saying quips to make the audience stay awake? Shit, I don't know, man. I think it comes down to either make the joke make sense or actually funny to the context of the situation. Or simply don't have jokes. I mean, it's going to be okay. Moms are still going to take their 5-year-old kids to see the movie anyway. This is funny.
Any powers you want to tell us about? Any,
No, I don't have one. I just saw the ad.
No superpowers at all?
I have both type 1 and 2 diabetes.
Ow! Oh,
That's all the diabetes.
right, yeah, you got them all. If you find a type 3, let us know. Yeah, you're in.
Yeah.
What master do you serve?
What master do I serve? What am I supposed to say, Jesus?
You're from Earth.
I'm not from Earth, I'm from Missouri.
Yeah, that's on Earth, dipshit.
Not necessary.
There shall be no knifing one another. Everybody knows who's in charge.
Me. Right?
Yes, you. Of course. Of course. Of course.
This is not.
You look like an avocado. Had sex with an older, more disgusting avocado.
Yeah.
Not gently, like it was hate fucking.
And what are these?
The real question is, what are those?
Does anyone have any orange slices?
Shut the fuck up, bro. Legit.
Number 3. Disney Plus. So I'm going to ask this simple question. Has anyone actually taken the time to watch all the Marvel and MCU content on Disney Plus?
God damn. Oh, shit, man.
And if you did,
How do you do it?
because here's my take. I am a strong believer that the way Marvel and the mouse have been utilizing Disney Plus has been weird, to say the least. Because to this day, I am still confused as to why Moon Knight, out of all things, isn't a movie. And I didn't dislike the show. I thought it was fine, but when it comes to almost every Marvel television show, it usually starts off really good and tight, but then it really drags and becomes less engaging until the last 2 episodes. And also the opposite, where the whole season is really good and engaging, but doesn't really stick the landing with the finale.
No! No, 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 no! No!
If anything, why not have the new MCU characters debut as a movie in theaters? Or just have them be a special presentation like Werewolf by Night or Punisher One Last Kill. Because a majority of these shows do basically the same thing. It introduces the new character, give them their iconic costume, and sets up another show starring the side character. It happened 3 times, bro.
Yes! Oh my god! They got me again! Oh my god! They baited me a 3rd time!
And nobody really watched them. And as a show overall, it's low-key more tedious because you're basically doing homework to see if somehow they are correlated into the next Avengers movie. Like, case in point, Eternals came out 5 years ago, and the events of that movie have not been brought up until 4 years later in Brave New World. And no one gave a shit too, dude. My guy, what do you mean this was not talked about? There are literal hands coming out of the ocean reaching the clouds. What? Do you know how long I've been waiting for Shang-Chi 2, White Vision, to pull up? Or how Pip the Troll and Harry Styles is somehow gonna fit into all this? I mean, it probably won't because it flopped really hard. I think that Marvel has it kind of backwards. Like, Eternals should have been a show because there was way too much stuff going on in that movie. Even though the movie is over 2 hours, it still felt underdeveloped. But also, Ms. Marvel should have been a movie. The only exceptions, in my opinion, are Loki, WandaVision, and Daredevil Born Again. And the reason I think this is because they actually work as television shows because it's characters we already know, and it's expanding their stories without the limited runtime of the theater. And Marvel Zombies and What If can piss off, I don't care. Season 1 was good though, but everything else...
Oh, we were right there, man!
It's the same thing with Star Wars, bro. Like, why was Obi-Wan Kenobi a show instead of a movie?
Fucking hell.
Number 4. The Conqueror and the God Emperor.
Fuck.
Okay. This is going to be a long one, so hear me out. As much as I love Doctor Doom as a character, admittedly, a part of me is still really bummed out and annoyed by Marvel pivoting away from Kang. And I understand why, but at the same time, retroactively looking back at Phase 4 and Phase 5 of the MCU, what was the goal here? Where was it all leading to? Apparently Kang, but not really? Out of all the Marvel content from those phases, only 2 are actually building up towards Kang in the MCU. Those 2 being, of course, Loki and Quantumania. Shang-Chi to an extent, as originally the 10 Rings were going to be vital in Kang Dynasty, but now it doesn't matter anymore. Every other Marvel thing that came out were really just individual self-contained storylines, and that's fine, that's totally okay, but when it's every entry, it really feels like you're watching Naruto with how much filler and fucking around it does, instead of getting to the point of the narratives. Looking back at Thanos, yeah, he wasn't in a lot of Marvel movies, but when he shows up, he really shows up. And always does something that foreshadows him being the main overarching villain. And if I'm being completely real with you guys, I think out of all the MCU movies, Ant-Man Quantumania is the worst. And the one that I dislike the most. Like, I'm really not that person that wants to hate on things.
But
I really hate that movie, bro. Not only because of the bad humor, boring plot, bad CGI.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
And stupid characterizations, but the main reason is how they treated Kang. And the character of Kang the Conqueror has always been so interesting to me. Not only because of his appearance and him being a time-traveling conqueror, he's a villain that's really unique to me. The fact that he has other versions of himself in different universes that can't stand each other, like Immortus, the fact that he time travels for both selfish and unselfish reasons, one being his lover sacrificing herself by getting shot to near death that was meant for Kang, and the fact that he tries to groom and influence his past self to become him. One of my personal favorite comic runs of all time is Young Avengers by Alan Heinberg. The main plot is that Kang pulls up to his younger self, Nathaniel Richards, to save him from his throat being slit, and tries to progressively turn him into Kang earlier so they could both rule. But Nathaniel uses Kang's technology to see the history of his cruelty and his beef with the Avengers. So, in retaliation, he attacks Kang, travels back to the 21st century to form the Young Avengers to prevent himself from becoming Kang, thus becoming Iron Lad. And it's so badass and fun, dude. And the MCU is low-key teasing the formation of the Young Avengers a little bit, but in my opinion, it wouldn't be as interesting or work well because Kang doesn't really matter anymore. So if anything, it's just another team forming just because, I don't know.
Yep, that's the idea.
So the reason why I'm telling you all this, imagine my fucking surprise to see Kang, the time-traveling G, who literally said in nonchalance,
"You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?"
What? They all blur together after a while. You're not the one with the hammer.
Gets his ass kicked by Ant-Man.
You let me fucking stop! Fuck!
It's so stupid, bro. Like, what do you mean? Ant-Man, bro. And keep in mind, this was still during the time that Kang Dynasty was still happening. So, how could you think that the next big bad of the MCU is competent if he loses to Ant-Man of all people, bro?
How many worlds I've conquered. How many Avengers I've killed. And you think you can beat me? I am Kang! You talk to ants.
Is he though?
If anything, I would have preferred if he would have gotten his ass kicked by Luis, but Ant-Man, bro. Personally, I genuinely thought that Kang was going to kill Ant-Man and Wasp as he escapes the quantum realm and start his reign, which would immediately pave the way for the Avengers or something, but nope. The only thing that makes all of this bullshit slide is Loki Season 2, where Loki essentially takes the role of Kang the Conqueror and becomes the god of time and stories. Like, he's literally holding the multiverse together. So, yeah, in a sense, narratively, this kind of rectifies the Kang problem. But the problem is, not a lot of people have seen Loki Season 2. Which sucks, because Loki is one of the best Marvel content ever made, period. But ultimately, with all these narrative fuck-ups, hiccups, and quick-ups, it all leads down to the road of cue the original channel intro music. This is it. This is what we've all been waiting for. The monarch, the king, the Richards hater and naysayer, the man himself, Robert Downey Jr.
Wait. We have to be joking. Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr.
Now, if you've been following my channel before the dark times, cringeness, and hiatus, you would know that me and my editor reacted to the casting of Dr. Doom. And to no one's surprise, felt very split. But mostly not about who's portraying him, but the movie itself, because RDJ and Iron Man were the main face and association of the MCU. So, to pivot from Kang to this, and yeah, I would have preferred either Cillian Murphy or the Kang himself from the straightouttalatervia YouTube channel. And even though it's a YouTube channel, he's literally Dr. Doom, bro. Like, that's him to the T. But you cannot deny that this casting announcement has people talking. And that's what Marvel wants. More buzz, so the seats are going to be filled, guaranteed. I think the biggest thing I'm concerned about is how rushed this all is, and that there was legitimately no buildup or foreshadowing of Doctor Doom. Heck, even existing in the MCU until the recent Fantastic Four. But what I'm confused about is simply, is RDJ's Doctor Doom from the Fantastic Four world or from the main world of the MCU? Because if he's from the MCU world, what the fuck was he doing the whole time? Or if he originated from the Fantastic Four world, then again, what the fuck was he doing the whole time? When Galactus was pulling up and doing this? What was he doing, bro? What was he up to? Being busy in Fortnite? I think the biggest problem for Doomsday is that this movie has so much shit in it. Like, reminder, we're gonna have to introduce Doctor Doom because there was no setup. But on top of that, we have the Fantastic Four colliding with the Thunderbolts, Sam Wilson's new Avengers forming, Namor and the Wakandans pulling up to the fray, and the X-Men. I think it's really crazy that we're basically getting an Ultimate Alliance movie. And I love those games as a kid. But for real, that's a lot for a single movie to do. Heck, for all we know, Secret Wars could be a modern take on LEGO Marvel superheroes of all these characters and universes. Or it might be their own twisted version of Avengers vs. X-Men. And that's when they have Battleworld when they all fight. Spidey gets the symbiote in Battleworld, like in the comics, which can perfectly set up Spider-Man 5. In my opinion, I think for this idea to work, these movies should be at least 3-hour plus film in Doctor Doom's perspective, or have him be the main character, because we have no idea who this guy is, man. You don't know if he's actually Victor Von Doom from the same world, or a different world, or if he's actually Tony Stark from Endgame, or if he's an alternate universe version of Iron Man. And I'm not against the idea of him being Tony Stark after Endgame, if they stick the landing and have it make sense. But if he's actually Tony, then it also ties into another issue. If Doom is after Steve Rogers, then to me, it's going to feel like Civil War 2.0. Where we had Iron Man and Cap go against each other. Or I'm afraid that the legendary rivalry that Doom and Reed Richards has is going to change to Doctor Doom and Captain America. Which I think that's unfair because Doom and Richards, their rivalry runs deep, my guy. It's so deep that Doctor Doom isn't even a real doctor or even have a doctorate. He literally took the title just to legally show in his name that he's smarter or appears smarter than Reed. Some Dr. Dre type shit. That's how petty and egotistical this guy is. I mean, the literal plot of the recent Secret Wars event is Doctor Doom reshaping reality and stealing Reed's life. Even his own wife and kids.
Holy shit, no way.
With Captain America, there's no deeper tension, no history, no hatred or intellectual rivalry towards each other. Also find it funny that this is technically Chris Evans' second Doom he has fought. I think it'd be so quirky and funny if on the character poster for Steve Rogers it says, "New mask, same task," or something. I don't know, man. Or imagine if in the first 10 minutes of Doomsday, Dr. Doom pulls up to the Peggy house and just fucking kills Steve right there, which starts the movie. That'd be so fucked up, y'all. I mean, you never know, man. You know that moment in the comics where God Emperor Doom rips out Thanos' skeleton?
What if?
In the beginning of Doomsday, or the first time we see Doom, he does that to Kang. Or we see him annihilate all of the Kang variants. Now, not only would that be really cool to see, but it would also logically answer the Kang problem. And we could see how metal as fuck Doom is. I really hope that they actually adapt him all the way. Especially in terms of power, because I guarantee if you go up to a non-comic reader and ask them, just based on the movies alone, what can Doctor Doom do?
I don't know.
They wouldn't know what to say. They'd be confused as fuck. Heck, they might even say he just shoots lightning or some energy shit from his hands. And sure, but no. Besides the X-Men, I think Doom is one of the trickiest characters to portray or adapt in a live-action setting. Due by the simple fact that Doom has a lot going on for him. I mean, like, check this shit out. As a child, he had to escape from his home country, being hunted down for witchcraft because his mother is considered to be a powerful witch. His said mother has her soul trapped and claimed by Mephisto, who's basically Marvel's Satan. And he fights Mephisto every year to bring his mother back. He's a technological genius who's the only successful person to perfectly combine both technology and magic. And you better have magic established in your movie lore because Doctor Doom was almost Sorcerer Supreme, the title that Doctor Strange has held for how crazy they are with magic. As I'm recording this, he already became Sorcerer Supreme because of One World Under Doom, so there's that too. He reclaimed his home country, became its dictator, and his people love him, giving them free healthcare, food and shit. The US could never. He's the godfather of Reed's daughter, even got to name his child. He became Santa Claus for a holiday after accidentally injuring the real Santa Claus, and even wished for a truce with the Fantastic Four, but the Human Torch slept with his fiancée right before the wedding. And that's not even all of it, bro. There's 60 years of lore. And a lot of people claim that you can only adapt Doctor Doom as a monarch dictator ruler who rules Latveria. And I have to disagree, bro. I mean, there are different versions of the character. Heck, even when Iron Man dies for a while after the second Civil War comic, Doom literally becomes Iron Man for a time. There's also Doom 2099, who can be seen and referenced in Marvel Rivals, which is pretty cool. And one of my personal favorite versions of the character is in the current Ultimates run, where it's an alternate Reed Richards from another world who was tortured and gaslit into becoming Doctor Doom. And it works. Some people are mad that they didn't cast a Romani actor to portray Doctor Doom, which, yeah, that would be cool. But then again, Wanda Maximoff is a Romani woman. And Elizabeth Olsen, she isn't, bro. She's white as fuck. And personally, I don't care. She's still good. My thing is just have it make sense, because I guarantee in the movie, there are characters who are going to look at his face and be like, "Wait a damn minute. Tony? Tony, what are you doing? This isn't you, Mr. Stark." Tony? Who the hell's Tony? If the resemblance isn't answered or even mentioned.
Man, shut up, man. You're trying to trick me, man. Put smoke into my freaking head and shit, man. Man, I don't know what to think no more, man.
Okay, let's de-escalate. No one's messing with your head.
All I'm saying is, if they don't have this,
The Doom Ray of Doom.
They failed the assignment. Number 5. The leaks and the fan base.
Fuck.
This might be the end of me, I swear. But why are we doing this? Why are we leaking shit? I genuinely don't get it. Why? Why? What's so cool and fun knowing what the whole plot of the movie is gonna be before we see the movie? See, I remember years ago, before No Way Home came out, and my uncle sent me a leaked photo of Matt Murdock's scene in the movie, and I disregarded it, but didn't forget. So when he actually showed up, of course I was happy, because he's my boy, but a part of me was annoyed because I already saw the leaked photo. Do you know what I loved about Endgame? When we were waiting for that movie to come out, we had no idea what was going to happen, or how it was going to happen. And it made the movie way better for it. But for Doomsday, the day when I saw Avatar 3, before watching the movie, I was on Google looking up a place to eat because I was going out with some homies, and the first thing I saw on the home page on Google, bruh, was the Steve Rogers teaser before I saw the teaser. And this was the day Fire and Ash came out. And not only the fans are doing this, but Marvel be doing this too. I cannot believe that they casually showed in their chair reveals that everyone in the Thunderbolts was going to live and be in Doomsday, except Taskmaster.
Bruh.
And this was before Thunderbolts even came out. And I'm glad the Thunderbolts are in Doomsday, but it hinders their own movie because you know for a fact that everyone, except Taskmaster, will make it out okay. It loses tension and urgency. The biggest example of this is Brave New World. I honestly believe that if Red Hulk was not shown in any poster or trailer, and you had no knowledge of him being in the movie, and when you see Ross eventually turn into the Red Hulk, it would have made the movie so much better, bro. But instead, he's all over the marketing, which is kind of weird because the movie itself treats Ross turning into Red Hulk like a plot twist, but he's clearly advertised like how much Imagine Dragons was advertised in 2018. Literally everywhere, bro. If the X-Men shares were not revealed and we went into Doomsday without the knowledge of the X-Men being in the movie and we see them show up, I think it would have hit harder and have stronger reactions to the movie. Like imagine, guys, we didn't know any X-Men character was going to be in Doomsday and Marvel released the X-Men teaser? Imagine how baller that would be. That's how you set things up. It feels like Marvel is less interested in setting things up and more about building hype. And with the fans,
Fuck me.
all I'm saying is,
Which just goes to show that no matter how different we all are, everyone can get along with each other. Except for a certain group of people. You know who I'm talking about. Cha-cha-cha.
so what now? We all know that after Doomsday and Secret Wars, the MCU itself is going to reset and start over in a way. It's already been announced that the director of the Thunderbolts movie is going to direct the new X-Men film. I know for sure that they're going to recast a majority of the X-Men characters, as the new upcoming saga will be the Mutant Saga. I think it'd be really cool if all the recasts for the Marvel characters are newer actors with a pinch of star power in there. We are going into the new reboot era completely blind, which is really cool. Personally, for the new era of the MCU, I hope they're not afraid to get weird with their concepts and storylines. Like, don't be afraid to be more comic booky. Bring some very unknown characters too, like Mr. Immortal, Slapstick, the UFOs. I think it'd be really cool if the overall vibe and feeling of the new era is Alex Ross's Avengers mixed with Jim Lee's X-Men. And also branch out. Why not have animated films that are connected to the cinematic universe? Like a 3D hybrid Silver Surfer movie, or 2D Dormammu or Nova show, or heck, even a puppet-like movie for Jeff the Shark. I mean, with the animation style of Rivals, I'm genuinely surprised they haven't made an Arcane-like show with Marvel characters. Or an X-Men 97-like show, but for the Inhumans. The possibilities are legitimately endless. Basically what I'm saying is, please make the re-MCU more colorful. An orgasmic dream of mine is to get the colorist for TASM 2 for the MCU. Because TASM 2 is one of the best looking superhero movies of all time. No questions asked. So with how wonderfully colorful that movie is, it would make the re-MCU feel more alive as opposed to their gray ass color grading. More of this instead of this. But at the end of the day, you'll better cast and use Miles Teller as the Maker.